Remember, we're taking your small idea and amplifying it into your most multi-million dollar company. What does that look like for you? Because that's going to happen. That is going to happen for you. I'm manifesting that for you. Hey y'all, my name is Chris and I am coming to you guys to talk about business. How to start a business in 5 steps. I chose these 5 steps because I felt like they were the most important for anyone who is coming from never having a business to starting their first business. And these steps may seem small to some, but can be monumental to someone like me who is on the journey of creating their first business. And a little bit about myself is that I am 27 years old and I have always had an entrepreneurial mindset. I've always wanted to own my own company, start my own business, be innovative. I have a art background. I did spoken word for many years. I write music as well. And it is something that I have always enjoyed. And you have to have some sort of entrepreneurial mindset to be able to make money as an artist. You have to grind, you have to go out, you have to meet people, you have to network. And it was something early on that I knew that I wanted to do. But also not only as being an artist, but I knew that I wanted to own my own business. I wanted extra cash when I had to work a job. I wanted to not have to depend on someone else to pay my bills all the time. And so I wanted to make this video for people like me who maybe it took a long time for you to get to a place to realize that, hey, I don't want to work for someone the rest of my life. I don't even know where to start. And I just know that there's something that I want to do and I don't know how to pursue it. And these 5 steps are talking to that person because I am that person still and I'm working through my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm working through it. And I thought it would be dope to document this for those people just like me who are on the brink of something great, but are just too scared to take that first step. So here we go. I'm going to be going through 5 steps that I took personally to get to the place where I am now, on the brink of launching my first company, something that I'm very, very, very excited about. And I want to share that joy with you. And I want you guys to tell me what you're working on so that we can build community. Because if you don't come from a background of entrepreneurs, business owners, those people aren't in your family, those people aren't your friends, you don't know what to do. And I want to build that community here because I don't come from that background. And I am starting 1 foot in and I'm taking 1 step to the next. And I am learning along the way, and I want to share what I learned with you guys, and I want you guys to share with me what you learned. So let's get into it. So for the first step, I feel it is a very important step, and I feel like it's a step that people overlook all of the time. But if you're not in the right space to even take this step, you have to work to even get to this step. And this step is not as easy as people will lead you to believe. But the first step that I believe is the most important step is getting out of your own head. So many people get caught up in their own thoughts and don't even realize how much of their mind and their thoughts correlate with their actions, right? People always talk about action. You gotta move, you gotta do something. You can't be lazy. It's about being consistent. It's all of the chatter that we all have heard about starting something and finishing something. You just have to do it. But if you struggle with mental health, if you struggle with not having resources, if you struggle with believing in yourself, you can't even get to the first step of taking that first action. So I want to encourage you guys to really pay attention to your thoughts. What are you telling yourself about yourself? What are things that people have told you about yourself that are really resonating deep within yourself that are preventing you from making those choices and meeting those goals that you have for yourself? Because honestly, I'm a firm believer that it all starts with your mind. And if you don't even realize that your thoughts are negative, then you won't realize why your actions are the way that they are, why you find yourself in the same routines, why you wind up in similar situations all the time. Why do people treat me this way? Because it's so easy to get caught up in our normal. And our normal may be waking up every morning, going downstairs, getting coffee, and turning on the news, or picking up our phone, or calling our friends, calling our family. But when do we check in on ourselves? And I want to challenge you guys all. Check in on yourself. I know it's a troubling time for a lot of people during this time during this pandemic, but I do want to challenge you to reevaluate and recalibrate yourself. Forget about the business. Forget about all of the things on your to-do list that you want to get done while you have this free time. Focus on yourself. A little background on me is, I come from a corporate background. I worked for a company. I got laid off. The company laid off 30% of their company. And the first day I definitely cried. I cried. But I realized that it was a moment for me to take advantage of an opportunity. And for me, that opportunity was reconnecting with myself. I got to hang out with friends I wasn't able to hang out with because I was always tired. I got to read more. I got to go places I didn't get to go. And I just got to rediscover life for what it was again. And I didn't have to go to bed at a certain time so that I wasn't tired when I woke up the next day. I was really living my life for myself again. I got to learn what I liked again. I got to learn what sparked my interest and what kept me interested. And those were things that I realized were so important to me that I was missing and didn't make time for. And it's so easy to get caught up in our everyday lives just to make it. And I want to challenge you all to just pay attention to what you do. Pay attention to what you like again. Just really truly recalibrate your life and your livelihood and your lifestyle, because that plays a big part into what you do and what you feel motivated to do. You have to connect with yourself. And I feel like these steps seem like super unnecessary. Like, you just have to do it. You just have to put action into what you say you want. And I think it's not that easy, because if you don't have a strong mentality, it's hard to even take those first steps. And I can't repeat that enough. So I just want to challenge you. Get out of your head. Pay attention to your thoughts. I'll leave a link to a video that really sparked my fire and really got me to shift my perspective on my life and what my life meant to me and what my goals meant to me. And I watched the Impact Theory here on YouTube, and it is something that always allows me to shift my perspective and gain new perspectives. And I'm gonna link a video down below from a neuroscientist who really talks about how impactful your thoughts and your body impact each other. So step one, get out of your own head. Seriously. So the second step I will say is write down your ideas. It doesn't matter if it's the smallest idea or the largest idea. You need to be documenting the things that you're thinking about, how you're going to implement them. Write it down on a piece of paper. I'm a firm believer that once you write it down, it becomes real. It becomes real. So I want to challenge you to write down your idea. And if you have a business in mind, if you have a company in mind, write it down. And also, not only write it down, figure out your why. Why is this important to you? That is the main thing that I want you guys to think about. Because, I feel like owning a business and being able to make your own money and be your own boss is so oftentimes romanticized, and the emphasis is put on how hard it can get, because it's not always fun. You don't always have the motivation to do it, and sometimes you are going to want to give up. So I want you guys to write down your why. Why is this important to you? Why is it something that you find value in? And sometimes, keep it 100%, your why might not even come to you until you're in the thick of it. And you're like, I know I had this idea, but I didn't realize how much I really thought this was valuable. And so that happened for me. I am in the process of starting my own company, and I started a year ago, and then, I got in my own head. I was like, whoa, why do I feel like I can do this? What makes me think that I could own a business? How am I going to sell this? Like, where do I even start? I don't know what I'm doing. And all those negative thoughts that etch their way into your mind until you believe them, that became real to me. And so for the majority of last year, I hung that business up on the shelf, and I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. And I moved on to the next thing. I had built a bad habit of starting many things and not completing anything. So when I got laid off from my job and did a lot of soul searching, I ended up coming back to this idea. As I started working on it, really getting knee deep into the nitty gritty of things, I really started to fall in love with it all over again. It was like I had first conceived this idea again. And sometimes it takes you stepping away from something, but also importantly, sometimes it takes you to be knee deep into something to realize how important it actually is to you. So I just want to encourage you guys to figure out your why. And if you don't know that why now, that's fine. But that should be something that you try to work towards. So writing down your ideas is also one of the most important things that I will say. And these are things that a lot of people may consider small, but if everything stays in your head, how do you expect your mind to juggle your job? You having to figure out what you're gonna eat for dinner. Your mom's birthday is coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. Oh, your birthday is in 3 months. You're trying to plan a trip to Hawaii in 3 months. You know, like your brain has so much to manage. You need to write these ideas down, document them, and allow them to grow. Spend 5 minutes a day writing down an idea and how you can build out that idea. Make a plan. Make a plan. Write down those ideas and make a plan. I want you guys to order a new notebook. And in that new notebook, you are only going to write down your ideas and your plans for this business that you're going to start. Write them down. You're going to write down your research. You're going to write down what you find. You're going to write down how you're going to bring this idea into fruition. And that brings me into step 3. Step 3, you're going to research. You're going to research the market that you're trying to go into. You know why? Because there's probably people that may be doing it, and if they're not doing it, there's probably people that you'll need to learn from in order for you to carry out your idea. Research manufacturers. Research where you can get your labels printed for cheaper. Research how you can get shipping for cheaper. Research it all, because you're going to want to save money and you're going to want to save time. So it's better to learn from other people's mistakes than to spend time fucking up and making your own mistakes. Keep it real. So research your industry. Research what people are doing. Research what people are liking. Research is important, if not the most important thing when trying to develop something, because you want to learn from other people. Why not? Not to say that if you research you won't make mistakes, because you will. I definitely made a lot of mistakes, and it took me a long time to even figure out that I made a mistake. So that's gonna happen. You're going to fail, but you need to fail in order to succeed. And I just want to remind you guys, the 4th step, you're gonna jump in, which goes hand in hand with research. You're just gonna do it. You're just gonna try. You're just gonna see what happens. Okay? You're going to see what happens, and from your research, you know, from your ideas, you're going to actually start bringing this thing into fruition. And you're going to want to try, at least. You can't just do research and not try. And this goes hand in hand with getting out of your own head, because when you try and you jump in, it's not going to be easy. It's not. Whoever told you that it was lied. You're going to have trial and error. So I just want to let you guys know, when you jump in, don't expect everything to be all peaches and cream, because sometimes it will be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it will be, but a lot of times it won't. So try new things. That's what I want to encourage you to do the most. If you are trying to start a company that has flexibility, don't just stick with the first thing that works all the time. Yes, you can though. Sometimes the first thing that works is the best thing that works. But also don't get stuck with just what works. You need to try new things, make mistakes, and figure it out so that you can build upon your company and make it better, make your business better, make your product better. You always want to strive for better, because you want people to be able to vouch for you. You want other people to be able to talk about your business when you're not in the rooms that they are in, because that is what's going to drive more business to you. I just want to encourage you to really make the best product that you can, because it's easy to get one-off. You know, everybody can get a one-off sale. Anybody can do that. But you don't want a one-off sale, because that does nothing for you. You want people that are going to come back. You want people that are going to tell your friends. You want people that's going to buy it for a gift and give it to somebody else. And then that person buys it for another person and gives it to somebody else. You know, you want those people. So, boom, let's get into it. 5th and final step, which I feel is interchangeable with the 4th. You know, it happens. All of these steps I feel are necessary, but you need to create systems, right? And when I mean create systems, depending on whatever your business is, document what you're doing. I want you guys to take your idea from this small thing that you're starting in your room or your office or in your basement, and think of it on a large scale. What do you do if it actually works? What if 100 people tell you right now, I want that? Are you prepared for that growth? And are you prepared to get the things that are necessary for you to be able to deliver. So plan for your best and plan for your worst. When you're planning for your best, document. How are you doing these things? How did you get these results? And if someone else comes in, are they able to jump in and this be a smooth running machine? In order for it to be a smooth running machine, you have to have systems. Document how much things are costing when you're ordering samples for things. Document how long it takes for you to make this thing. Document all of the parts so you know. So you know that if one thing goes wrong, you know where to look and point, oh, that's what I did differently. So if someone else comes in and you want to hire somebody, you have a system in place. Create a system and get into the mindset of like, this needs a system. I don't know how to explain this to someone if they're not in my head. How would I be able to explain this to a 5-year-old if they're asking what this is or what that is? And creating those systems for yourself, because it becomes easier to streamline things. It just becomes easier for yourself, for other people, and to prepare you for growth. Remember, we're taking your small idea and amplifying it into your most multi-million-dollar company. What does that look like for you? Because that's going to happen. That is going to happen for you. I'm manifesting that for you because you deserve it. And if you put in the work and you're working hard, you do deserve all of the fruits of your labor. But you have to be prepared for growth, and you have to prepare yourself for growth and get ready. That's what I'm leaving y'all with. So if you liked my video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm going to be taking you guys on my journey, and I'm going to be showing you my business and how I am planning on launching, because I have not launched yet, but I'm super excited and I would love to share more with you guys on how I plan to do that. Thanks again, and I hope to see y'all in the next video, because you know what I'm saying, I might be giving y'all a little inside scoop on what I'm doing, okay? On what I'm doing. And I would love to share my journey with you. My goal when I launch is to sell 2 products a day. I am starting small. I don't want you guys to think that I'm on such a large scale and like because I'm doing so much and I'm making so much, because that's not what it is. But I believe in myself enough to know that this is gonna pop. This is what's popping. So I want to bring you guys along that journey, and I want you guys to share your experiences with me, so that if I don't know something, I can learn, and if you don't know something, you can learn. So like I said again, like and subscribe if you fuck with me, and if you don't, then you can go. Okay? So thanks again. I'll see y'all later. Bye.